husband and wife, partners in life, family and business.
Through the ups and downs, we've overcome. God as a witness.
From the household of faith to real estate to what's happening now.
We've got something to talk about. So for the next few moments, please allow us
to bring you something you can feel.
It's time for the real talk about real life. Nothing but real. Wanna tell the truth, it's on design. Let's be real. Join in, tell your friends. Cause every now and then, we all need a reality check
With the Adolphs.
Welcome to Reality Check with the Adolphs. And today is going to be a good one. I got my girls here today.
And don't forget about the guys.
Yes, we do have men. We want to do point of view. We want to keep a balance.
Yes, an equal balance.
Willie, how do you define success?
Well, success can mean a whole lot of things. The way that I describe success, it's not about how much money I make, how much money you have in an account. It's more of who you truly are within yourself. Knowing your worth really defines the success for me, as far as being self-developed, being around successful people, being around smarter people. A lot of people don't like being around people who know more than them because now they feel intimidated or they feel less than. And if you put a spin on it, that's how you grow, because you learn from somebody who knows more than you. How do you describe success?
So deep, babe.
You so full of it.
Because I describe success as having money, having wealth, having health, and a good relationship. I think having all of those things are great, but when you have that successful relationship and you feed into each other, because you feed into me, babe.
That's right.
But it wasn't always like that.
No. We had to, kind of get to snatch the spoon out of each other's mouth because we were being selfish.
Yeah, and that's kind of bottom line, because if I think back, before we got married, I didn't even think you had a job.
But I did.
No, you didn't.
I had one.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
It's a secret.
What did you do?
It was a secret. You wouldn't understand if I explained it to you. All you needed to know that, hey, when payday came, you wanted to go out to eat, it was taken care of, except for one time.
Yes, I did. Just make sure that you add that in there, that I did pay to go out to eat one time.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's probably the money I gave you.
Could have been. Doesn't matter. I just got it like that. But you didn't have no job, Tommy.
But you got to understand, is it about the job? Because evidently, how did you know I wasn't working if you wasn't working? So did you really have a job, or was you following me?
I was a professional. I had a salary job. I was successful. I didn't have debt. I had my own car, my own place of living. I was a single mom. I was successful.
Okay. And I worked different hours. I was self-employed. I chose when I wanted to work. I wasn't in debt, and I was successful. And I slept wherever I want to.
Anyway. So today we have, our episode is called Point of View, because there, as you can see, even with a marriage of over 20 years, there's different point of views on being successful and different point of views on marriage and, being single, which is serious in these times. There's a lot of single men and single women, single parents, and they want to get married. I know I wanted to get married. I wanted to have that relationship that my mom and dad have for now 49 years. I wanted that friendship, that closeness.
And truth be told, I did too, because my mom and dad, they took their vows very seriously. Matter of fact, it was to death do them part, because my dad died when I was 15. So, and my mom, you know, it was just me and her. So finding somebody that you can really do that ride or die with, you know, somebody that you can really count on. So I really, really,
Did you have your ride and die with you?
I have her now. Mwah. So you definitely, you know, we definitely have, you know, had our battles, had our ups and downs. It's not easy, but it's worth it. You know, for anything you want in life, you have to fight for it, because everybody say, oh, if you work hard, you can get it. Hey, guess what? That's true. That's the easy part. The hardest part is continuing to keep it. So that means you got to work extra harder to keep it. You know, they say what you do at the beginning, continue to do it to keep her. That's only to a certain extent, because sometimes, you know, they say every 7 years your taste bud changes. So does people. So you may like flowers and chocolate when we met. Now you might want gummy bears.
But I never liked flowers.
I-
Who was that?
You never told me that when I brought it to you, but then we switched it to cards when I seen the flowers die.
I can't keep flowers.
So that's when you do the cards. So the ink don't disappear on a Hallmark card.
Yeah, and you give cards better than I do. That's awesome. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Well, guys, as we go into commercial, we're going to bring back 5 exciting guests that are going to stimulate the mind, give you different points of view on being successful and single. See you then.
Hi, this is Willie Adolph of the Adolph Group at Equity House Properties. I'm here today to talk to you about home purchasing. You know, a lot of times people want to know, where do we start? When do we start? How much do we need to save? What does our credit score need to be like? Can I really move in now? And the answer is yes. The thing is that you want to get pre-approved first before you even go house shopping, because what you wouldn't want to happen is that you find the perfect home, but the bank won't qualify you for your mortgage. So always get pre-approved first. So find a good lender, which we have a lot of resources for you on that. Second, you want to make sure that anything that's on your credit, if it's something that you can work with, let's work with it, because everything on your credit, you know, it depends on what it is for each mortgage company. And third, once you get that pre-approval, now it's time to go house shopping. Now, Willie, what about the money, the down payment and things like that? Well, they have a lot of programs that's out there. So based on your credit will depend on the down payment assistance that you can receive. But we do have a lot of resources and a lot of things that can help you. And everyone with the Adolph Group will hold you by your hand and walk you through the whole process. So you can contact us at www.theadolphgroup.com or 281-451-7087. And remember, when you have will, you have a way.
'Cause every now and then we all need a reality check with the Adolphs.
Welcome back to Reality Check with the Adolphs. And today, as I spoke earlier, we're discussing being single and successful. We invited several guests because we wanted to get everybody's point of view. When I was 25 years old, I was considered single, successful. I ran 4 to 5 hotels, opened them up in the Houston area, raised a single child, bills paid, credit good, my own car, and I was single and successful and lonely. I wanted somebody with me. So I did something special, and we'll talk about that at another time. But flash to today, 48 years old, happily married, kids are at the house, and very successful, but married. My husband and I have invited several people onto the show. To my right, I have my sister Jackie. Jackie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Jackie. I'm newly retired. I'm here. I'm single. I have 3. I'm a mom of 3. I'm an empty nester, and I'm just here to give my point of view. I'm single in my 50s, so I want to give my point of view on the situation.
Awesome. My sister Sabrina.
Hello everyone, I'm Sabrina Golden and I'm a single mother of 3 and an entrepreneur, a model, and actress. So I'm here to give my point of view.
And last but not least, my sister Monique.
Hi everyone, I'm Monique White. I am the owner of Our Life TV show. I am a television personality that has been on television for over 10 years. So I am definitely here and you will get my point of view.
I'm sure. Yes, and we also brought a group of men that's very successful and single as well. My name is Willie Adolph, and growing up, I've been kind of called myself successful. I've been an entrepreneur for quite some time, and growing into being a man who I was, I've always been scared of being locked down, tied down, and not just really to be that settled down one. And then at some point in time, reality kicks in. Who can you really share your life with? So we end up meeting each other and getting married. But we also brought some guests to us to bring their point of views onto the show. To my left, I have Zach.
Yeah, hi, my name is Zach. 37 years old, single, never married, got close once, but Houston native. I've been around the country getting educated and working and living and stuff, but I'm a real estate broker here in Houston, Texas. Here to talk about my business a little bit, but also share my point of view.
Awesome. And then I have JC.
How you doing? My name is JC Torres. I've been in real estate for almost 20 years, and I've been married before for almost 20 years too as well. I have a great team right now that I really enjoy working with. My goal is to eventually one day have my team running my company. In the meantime, I'm working on that right now.
Awesome.
That sounds exciting. So what we really want to dig into is your point of view. And ladies, what are your views on being successful, being single, and what are you looking for towards marriage? And have you been, I know Sabrina, you said you've been divorced, but what's your views on marriage?
I love marriage. I absolutely love it. I hate divorce. But there's 2 grounds that I will get a divorce is affair and put your hands on me. I will divorce you for that. But I believe in marriage. I love marriage. I love being with somebody. I love the quality time you share together. I love that's your best friend. You get to talk to them all the time. And I love that. I mean, being single is fun. You don't have to answer to anybody, but I love the marriage part.
Okay. All right, Jackie, how are you, what are your views on that?
Well, I figured, now my kids are away from, they're out the house and I'm single. So right now, and I'm keeping hope alive. I do eventually, want to get married one day. And hopefully, by me being at this particular age, I just feel as though that people this age should know what they want. So right now, I should be able to find a mate that we can, at least get together and enjoy each other.
Yeah, that's fine. And Monique, what are your views? Do you plan on getting married? What do you, yes!
So, Miss Tequila. Oh yeah, I would love to be married one day. I'm 48 years old, so I would love to be married one day. But I think in this day and time, marriage is not the way it used to be. People take marriage as something like a casual thing, and we get married, have a lovely wedding, the expensive wedding, but you don't take those vows seriously. Those vows are serious. And I know that because I was in a household with parents that was married for almost 60 years. Yeah. So they live by those vows of through thick and thin, sickness and health. So that's what I'm looking for when it comes to marriage. I'm not just gonna marry anybody
just to have.
Yeah, just to have. Waste time with.
Well, ladies, it seems like all of y'all want to get married and open to it, which is great, because usually when being successful, there's this fear, and the fear that I had, that you're gonna take my money. I'm not gonna trust you. You're not gonna be trustful. but when I was raised, like in the household of you, where my parents, they just celebrated 49 years together. But what they did, everything was combined. And stuff that was broke in their marriage and in their relationship, they fixed it. They just didn't get a new husband or a new wife. And that was a lesson I had to personally learn for myself. So when we get back, we're going to talk about a little bit about success and then hear some guys' point of view.
Let's be honest. Making a lukewarm marketing video is fairly simple. But who wants lukewarm marketing? Instead, how about something that conveys your unique message? Well, that takes creativity, and creative is what we are. We design custom logos. We even offer professional print services. Our goal is to showcase how good your idea is, no matter what your product is. Whether it's social media marketing for a new author or the artwork for the book itself, we can help. You've created a new app and need a TV commercial to show it to the world. We can help.
Now there's Stork Advisor.
If you're a photographer trying to show off your work in a unique way, we can help. Need a promo for your TV show? We can help with that too.
It's Couch Time with Sonia.
We're an artistic bunch and we love the creative process. We're not trying to be the best in Houston. We're trying to be the best for you.
Welcome back to the Reality Check with the Adolphs. So we heard the women's point of view. Now let's hear the men's point of view. So Zach, tell me, as far as marriage and success, what is how you define that?
My definition of success has definitely progressed over the years. In my 20s, I was very career focused, very much like I need to accomplish some things. I need to have, I treated marriage kind of like I don't want to say a business proposal, but I needed a certain amount of credentials before I would either be, accepted or accept myself into that kind of thing. And I just didn't take relationships very seriously compared to my job. As I got older and began to realize, you can have things, you can go places and do things, but having someone special with you to share that with is what makes it so much better. My parents are divorced, but also both remarried successfully, and getting to see having the right partner is really important. So I think all my parents are very generous, and I think that success is really tied to providing for yourself, providing for your household to a comfortable level, but also how generous you can be to the ones around you. Work is important. It provides and gives you opportunities, gives you chances to do things and provide for others. So it's important to be successful professionally, accomplish goals, but the more goals you check off, it also gives you more opportunities to share that success with other people.
Okay. All right. JC?
Yeah, thank you, Willie. One of the things that I think being successful nowadays is surround yourself with good people that are open-minded. So one of the things is you got to be very coachable. I believe that when I was in my 20s, I got into the real estate. I decided that I wanted to be better. I was a shy kid that never wanted to talk to anybody. So,
no way. No way. No way. You're not going to fool me on that one.
So believe it or not, I was a shy kid that would hide behind the closet, not to meet people.
Wow.
So I decided to change that habit. And one day somebody told me, you know what? Why are you doing that? And then one thing was lack of knowledge. I decided that I needed to be better and focus on things. And I saw these people driving nice cars. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be better and educate myself. So at the same time, so I did that. I decided to work for a builder for a few years. I learned a lot from that. Also, I got married. I had a wonderful wife. And at the same time, it was great. But one thing that I felt that was lacking in my marriage was work, being overworked. And I put more work in front of my marriage. So I think that's one of the things that I failed a lot. So now, second time around, I want to be better on focusing on more on my partner instead of work all the time. I mean, everybody has different types of success. Sometimes it's building a company, having your own business, building something, graduating from somewhere. But now I'm looking to grow my team and learn from the best, and also put that out to my other team so that way they can grow faster.
Oh man, that's awesome. And you know, I pick up on that as well because when you look at success, people think success is all about money. And it's not really about money, it's sometimes about self-development. And if you can't develop yourself, how can you be successful? Because if you don't have nothing to pour out, because you don't have nothing in you to give to anybody else. Right. And a lot of people these days, my definition of success is building yourself up to a tolerance of knowing who you are and knowing your worth. Because, you know, there was a comment made by Sabrina, there's two things, you know, that can separate a marriage, but sometimes it depends on the person because we all go through history, we all go through times. It's just the way that how you fix it, how you handle it. Money, it helps, don't get me wrong. It helps because it can take you to places that you've never been, but it's not really a true definition of success. I believe you find somebody who can work with you and not physically be a real estate agent like my wife and I, but you know, when we say work is compatible, meaning, hey, I understand what you're doing, but at the same time, like you said, hey, I got to shut the clock down, I got to shut the doors, I got to spend time with my wife. You can have all the money in the world, but if you shut out your family, you're still by yourself. So why even go through that point? So, you know, I've been in situations to where making money is great, made a lot of money, blew a lot of money, did a lot of things, but it didn't help my family. It didn't help my marriage. It didn't help being that glue to be one. But once you become successful, it's a feeling that just, it's very hard to really describe. It's like a fresher breath air. You'd be like, oh man, this is good. And you may not have $100,000 in the bank. You may have $100, but guess what? I'm successful because of the people that I'm around. And you always want to be around people that are more successful for you. Because if you're the smartest one, you can't grow. Because who are you going to learn from?
Quality relationship.
Yes.
You're so insightful, babe.
Thank you. I think that's why you married me.
You know, and that's true. I married him simply because he was my best friend. I would tell him about the guys that I dated. I would tell him about the problems at my work. And he was still around, so I guess we got married. And it's been going good for 20 years. Ladies, what are you looking for in a man? Monique, go first. Yes.
Let's go first.
Yes.
Okay. I guess the old cliche, I have to still say someone like my father. Because if you cannot, yes, like Willie said about money is not everything. But if you can't take care of me when I have a simple cold, you're not going to do it when I marry you. Mm-hmm. You know, so I have to see certain things before that. Yes, you got to have a job. Yes, you got to have your own car. Yes, you got to have your own thinking, mindset, and all that good stuff. But I have to see certain things and how you act towards me to know you're going to continue this when I marry you.
Yeah, yeah. Sabrina, what are you looking for in a mate?
Consistency. How you caught me, keep it going.
Yeah.
And I want somebody that's going to fight for me like I'll fight for them.
Jackie, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for establishment and being successful. I think in this day and time, you know, 2020, it's a bad year, you know, and I just feel as though that, you know, it's going to be hard dating now because you can't go anywhere, you can't, you know. So I'm hoping that, you know, the times that we're going in, the men would step back and take a look. Right now, we need each other, you know. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, you know, I'll find, you know, a well-established, successful man.
And guess what? He will find you first. I promise you that.
Right.
I always suggest when I talk to women that, you know, be definite on what you want, and he will come. He will appear.
Real quick, what are you looking for?
A teammate. A teammate. I think that, like it was mentioned, we need each other more now than ever.
Yeah.
And I want someone who is, you know, teammate, co-pilot. It's not even 50-50. I think a successful relationship is built on 100-100. Mm-hmm. Both people giving everything they should and everything they can towards a relationship. Keep it going. I understand it's a journey, and people are going to change and expect that. I think a lot of people get stuck in themselves. They don't grow. They don't develop. their partner does and they can't keep up. And someone who is well established in themselves. They've got their stuff together. They have their priorities figured out. They can hang with my big loud family because it's hard to babysit in a crowd like that. So yeah, teammate, best friend. That's what I'm looking for.
JC?
Okay, first of all, I think that one of the things that's more important is I want to have a strong foundation with my partner. First of all, I want to have God in my partner, definitely. I believe that's one of the most important things. One of the things is doing fun things that both enjoy. Because sometimes one person might like one thing and the other person might not like the other thing. So find things that both of y'all enjoy. Also, I also want to have somebody where I can relate all my problems and she can come back and find solutions. And for me to make time for her and listen to her at the same time. It's not just me all the time. One of the most important things too is that I would like to have them not much on social media. Nowadays, I think social media has destroyed a lot of our partners' relationships. So I really want to focus on having strong, important time with me and my partner when we're together, not be on the phones.
Thank you, JC. Thank you, ladies. I want to thank everyone for coming on to the show today, and stay tuned because we have another amazing show.
With Reality Check with the Adolphs.
Husband and wife, partners in life, family and business.
Through the ups and downs, we've overcome. God as a witness.
From the household of faith to real estate to what's happening now.
We've got something to talk